so we know that you're probably getting pretty excited because your van's almost done, but there's just one last piece here, and this is the table. So the table comes with a wall bracket, the table of course, and then your little hardware box. In that box comes a D-ring, kind of a bigger bolt here, 2 smaller bolts, a coupler, and then 2 sleeves, and then a little 8mm hex nut there. All you're going to need to install the table is just a crescent wrench, a socket wrench with a 13mm drive, and a 12mm. So here we go. We're going to install the table. So first we're going to do is install the wall bracket. So you're going to take out your hardware, just kind of dump it into place there. You're going to need this guy right here, and this short little guy here, and then your smaller sleeve, your coupler, and your little 8mm hex nut here. So first thing is we're gonna kind of peel back the panel. We're gonna install the hex nut to the bolt. This bolt's already in the van. It comes stock in the van, so don't need to do anything with that. And then you take your coupler over the top of the bolt in the van, and then tighten this guy up. Now you want this one pretty tight. So then you just place the panel over the coupler there. We created this hole in the panel for you specifically for the bracket. So we're going to secure the wall bracket to the van, and so you're just going to kind of line the bottom arm up here with the coupler, and then you're going to take this little shorty and then screw that into the coupler. Okay, just get that finger tight, and then you can go ahead and let that bar rest down. Alright, so now we're going to secure the front portion down of the table bracket. So you're going to need your sleeve and then the longer of the 2 bolts. You can take your sleeve, put it behind the bracket, and then your longer bolt here. Just kind of thread it through just slightly, and then bring it down. We have a hole in the panel for you, and that'll line up with the hole inside the van. So you're going to thread that in there. So you can tell that that's kind of loose there, but it's all lined up and ready to be tightened down. We're going to take our number 13 and our number 12 and then just tighten these 2 bolts down. Now swap out the sockets here and then tighten this guy. Now that these 2 are tight, your wall bracket's nice and secure, and we're going to move on to installing the D-ring up top. You're just going to need the D-ring, the largest of all the bolts that came in the hardware box, and your little short sleeve here. You're going to place the largest bolt, or this bolt, through the D-ring, and then on the opposite side you're just going to kind of place the collar over that bolt. And then now we've punched a hole in the panel for you, and then that lines up with the OEM insert in the van. So all you're going to do is just take this bolt, place it through the hole. Once you feel it line up, that bolt with the OEM insert, you're going to thread that in there, and then tighten it down with your crescent wrench. So here's the final step. We're going to put the table onto the wall bracket, and then you have a complete camper van. So our table has a flat bar here at the bottom too, and you just kind of place that right over the bolt. Same with the back end there too. Hold your table in place, and then put your hex nut over the top of that. Then your corresponding hex nut at the back. Tighten it down with your crescent wrench. Same with the front. And then all you have to do is just secure this clip to the D-ring, pull this rope tight through the table, and then secure it to the cleat. And there you go. Your camper van is ready to go. And let's hit the road.